All right, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to cover stop loss placement. So we're gonna be back testing a few pairs. But before we move on, again, welcome to Royalty FX Academy, where we teach you how to trade step by step. All right, we want you to understand how to trade. I don't want to just tell you things. I need you to understand exactly what's happening. That way you will understand how to properly read and react accordingly. Okay. So with that being said, if any one of y'all are interested in learning how to trade with this system, all right, if you want your time back, you want that financial freedom, right, you are welcome to join the family. We are now accepting students at royaltyfxacademy.com, or hit the link below. All right. We do teach 4 times a week, and currently at the moment, our one-on-ones are free. This is your time to take advantage of this. Right now, also, when you are watching these videos on YouTube, if you just type in Royalty FX Academy, if you are interested in pursuing a little bit more into trading and you want to be able to study on your own at home, right, and you don't have the time at the moment to pay for a course and be in a Zoom call at a specific time, and you really want to do this, but you have the time to study on your own, what I recommend you do is go ahead and look at the Royalty FX Academy Master Collection, where we have a book that covers every single subject when it comes to Forex itself, like the stop loss. All right, we cover in stop loss placement. This book right here has all the illustrations, the step-by-step guide on how to place your stop loss. Okay, so this right here is available on Amazon, right? You go ahead and type in the ultimate stop loss on Amazon, or if you just type in Royalty FX Academy, this book will be available to you. Okay. Now, also, we do have a price action, the ultimate price action. Again, all the price action that you need to know, the price action that allows you to buy the market more effectively and how to sell the market more effectively is in this book. I guarantee you, these price action will allow you to be successful as a trader, right? From 20, 30% to 75, 80, or 95% winning rate. That I can promise you, right? If you take these steps and take these trades the way you're supposed to, following these guide, I guarantee you that. But you just got to do it. All right. I know I'm saying I guarantee you, but you have to do the work. Right. If you go against the trading rules, then you won't be as successful as you need to be. All right. So now again, we do have the ultimate price action. We have the ultimate buying setup. Like I said, I have a book for every single subject if you want to learn on your own, at your own pace, at your own time. All right. Just type in Royalty FX Academy on Amazon. All the books will be available to you. A book that covers market structure, going up, higher highs, lower lows, trend line for Fibonacci, 60 days, workbook challenge. It's titled Success in Sight. All you got to do is just lock in for 60 days. Learn to understand the ins and out about the market. Okay. So we have volume 1, volume 2, where one covers just selling market by itself, and the other one buying market. Okay. So we focus at one subject at a time. Of course, we do have Mastering the Bearish Forwards, where we cover every single setup that the market will give you before it sells. Every single setup, all 7 different variation, along with the price action that will be available with it. Learning to understand. If you want to learn how to backtest, these books have the illustration that you need. All you have to do is just look at it. Look at the setup and then go ahead into the chart and then work on that. Just that. I promise you, you will be successful as a trader if you take the time, right, to learn to understand how to trade more effectively. Now, let's continue moving forward with this. So today we are covering top-down analysis, stop loss placement with the entry. So basically, we'll be going in a daily time frame, and then we're going to drop down to a designated time frame where we pull the trigger, which is the 4-hour. We're going to pull the trigger, and then we're going to place your stop loss accordingly. I am going to show you how, when you are trading one pair, how you can stay consistent with it. All right. We're going to be using gold, GJ, and GU as far as the pairs go. Now, before we move forward, this is something I have to go over every single time, right? Now, your trading log, your trading rules, your trading discipline, your psychology always start with your study. Okay. They start with your back test. What you study is what you're going to do, right? When you go to school, you learn these specific skills, right? You practice these skills in an open lab. and then eventually you intern. You repeating the same thing over and over until it becomes second nature, right? First you knew about it, you practice it, you learn to understand, and then now you work on what you understand, right? And then once you graduate, you could go out and go in the field. So trading, you have to take that serious. It's like a regular school. And please make sure you have a job. Please, 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 please. Make sure you have a job before you start your trading journey. Why? Because you want to give yourself the best opportunity to be successful, right? Your job's going to pay your bills. That way you could really focus on learning how to trade. Just like when you go to college, right? You're not trying to hurry up with the classes so you can start working and get paid. You work, you pay for your dorm, your food, and then while you focus on your learning, all right? And once you graduate, of course, then you could get out there in the field. So we got to take Forex the same way. So this is all rules, right? So rule number one, it's going to be really, really quick, okay? Rule number one is time frame. What do I mean by time frame? The time frame that you are going to use to do your technical analysis, right? Technical analysis is where you identify your double bottoms and your double tops, break and retest either for the sell or break and retest either for the buy, right? These time frame are always going to be from the highest to the lowest, right? Monthly, okay? Weekly, and the last one is your daily, right? These are the time frame. You will always do your technical analysis because you want to see and understand the overall trend of the market, where it's going, right? Understanding where the market is going is going to help you understand the overall projection, where you could take the buys and continue buying, where you could take the sell and continue selling without stressing yourself out, being one with the market. Okay. Not only that, please understand when you put your zones in a higher time frame, it's far apart. Your chart is clean. Now, rule number two. The two is the time frame you will use to enter your trade, right? So this is your entry time. Okay. So we're gonna do time for entry, right? This is your time for entry. So time frame, this is your time frame for entry, the time frame you're going to use to entry, and that is the H4, right? The H4 is the 4-hour time frame, okay? I'm saying the same thing, just a different lingo, right? The 4-hour time frame. And then rule number 3 goes hand in hand with rule number 2. That is your PA. What do I mean by PA? I am talking about your price action, okay? The specific 2 candle, 3, 4, 5 candles the market will always give you before it buys up. Again, the ultimate price action available on Amazon. Just type in the ultimate price action on Amazon and you should be able to find it. And if you just type in Royalty FX Academy, you should be able to find my full collection. All right, on Amazon. Oh, check the link below. So price action. All right. So that's the reason you click buy or sell. All right. Price action. And rule number 4, which is what we are covering today, that is your SL. Okay. That is your stop loss. Okay. Basically stop losing. All right. We're going to go over why and where we place them. We need to understand why. That way we're not stressing out when we take a trade, not worrying about the market waking us out. All right. So our goal is to understand. That's our rule. So one more time. Okay. When it comes to trading, you always want to have these rules. Rule number 1, the time frame you do your technical analysis has to be your monthly, weekly, and daily because you want to see the bigger picture. Rule number 2, the time frame that you will use to actually execute these trade, the time frame you use to enter these trade, that is the 4-hour time frame. That is the lowest time frame you will be using. Okay. And rule number 3, price action, PA, right? The candle, the specific candle combination that the market gives you at your zone setup base so you could pull the trigger on the 4-hour time frame. And please understand, right? Because we are trading the 4-hour time frame, that means our price action will be available to us within a 4-hour interval, meaning at 1, 5, or 9, either 1 a.m. or 1 p.m., 5 a.m. or 5 p.m., 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. because it's in the 4-hour time frame, and we trading, of course, the engulfing bar. Now, there's 6 different variation of these engulfing bar. That's why we have the ultimate price action that helps you understand each and every single one of them. As long as you understand what it looks like, boom, it's just read and react. Okay. And then of course, number 4, right, is stop loss. After you take a trade, the proper place to place your stop loss. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Let's get into this. So we're gonna look at gold first. First thing we're gonna do is let's identify the first setup, which is the weekly setup. We're looking at the double top aspect of gold. Okay. You know, let's take this off. We about to super lock in. All right. About to lock in. All right. Um, we have gold at a double top section. So that's the highest time frame we have for a setup itself, right? So we're just going to mark our zone just like every time when I talk about the setups, we use the highest time frame. So we're looking at the daily, right? Because gold, because they've been at an all-time high, the highest time frame you can use for a possible setup is the daily time frame. Now, when it comes to drawing a zone, we always use the line chart. Why? Because we want to use the exact turnaround point, right? Like so. We put the line at the exact turnaround point because we know that's where exactly where the market stopped at. And then when we go back to our candles, right? And then we're gonna match it with the wick high. So altogether, that's the full zone. Okay. So here, let's bring this a bit down. Boom. All right, let's lock this in real quick. Boom. All right, so we have this double top possible setup, right? So we mark this zone for winning if the market goes back up to this section. And that's exactly what it did. In this case, we have this variation of a double top where the second hit did not go all the way inside of the zone, but it did tap it with the wick, right? So sometimes we get a double top that looks like this, right? And then it goes like semi a little bit short. Okay, so remember, mastering the bearish forward show you all 6 different variations of double top or what the market might give you. That way you understand exactly how to properly read and react accordingly. Okay, so that is a double top. It is at the zone. We understand that because we identified the turnaround point exactly. So let's go ahead and lock in. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to drop down to the 4-hour time frame, and after that, within that 4-hour time frame, we're gonna go ahead and look for our PA, right? The PA is our price action, and the price action we're looking for because this is a double top possible setup. The reason why we're saying possible setup, the setup becomes validated after we get our price action to execute. Okay, so no price action, no setup itself. So here it is right here. So one more thing also, right? Remember, we use the higher time frame to mark the zone. When you go to your 4-hour time frame, you don't need no new zone. That's just what it is. Okay. Continuation, I can understand, but that's it. All right. We don't adjust it. We just leave it for what it is. Now here it is. Right. It's a simple double top. Right. 1, 2. It hit the zone. Now we're gonna look at this section here to see if we get a bearish engulfing, so we could take our sell. Now, one of the rules that you want to have, one of the things you need to understand is, right, you always look to the left. Right now, the reason you're looking for to the left is to understand what the market did last time before it fell. So we will be anticipating for the market to give us something identical to that, right? So at that zone, market did give us a bearish engulfing before it falls, right? Let's go ahead and identify that real quick, right? It did give us a bearish engulfing before it falls, and that's it right here, right? Bearish engulfing, and then the next 4-hour candle did sit. It didn't sell. It sat there, right? Let's do that again. I'm going to make the line a little bit thinner, okay? So we did get a bearish engulfing here for it to fall. And then the next 4-hour candle sat, didn't go that far. And then the third 4-hour candle did plummet. So with that being said, when market come to the zone itself, right, we are going to take our sell, but we are going to anticipate for the market to lag within that area, maybe for 4-hour or 8-hour, because that's what it did last time. So we are looking for it to possibly do that. It doesn't mean that it will, but because of that's what it did last time, we are anticipating for it to do exactly the same thing after we get our price action, right? So look, so what did we get? We did get a bearish engulfing, right? So again, this is one of the 6 different variations that I have on the ultimate buying. I'm sorry, the ultimate price action book, where you learn to understand the ins and out about price action itself. Okay. colorful, fully illustrated, where you can see the picture. And then when you go to the chart, you truly understand exactly what you need to do. Okay. So clean, easy to read. Again, not a lot of writing. Okay, here we go right here. So you see there, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different variations, okay, of how the bearish engulfing will look like. That way you simply read and react, okay? Not only just that, I show you the setup itself, okay? That way you understand how it looks like, right? So remember, this book is available to you and for you at Amazon. Just type in World TFX Academy and you will have this master collection. And you could study this on your own. And I guarantee you, after you're done with this book, your trading will excel. That I could guarantee you. All right. Now, remember, this price action is what the market will always give you. Now, this is gold.